The channel is live. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Adventure on So Many Levels. We are going to play some Dungeons and Dragons.
Woo!
Excellent.
I'm Christiana Ellis, and I am the Dungeon Master. Our players tonight, Starla Hutchton as Carolina Swift,
Hello, friends.
Jenny Meltzer as Zaylene,
Hello.
Paul Fisher as Zinhorn Windborn,
Hi there.
and Mark Kilfoyle as Vertigo.
Suddenly I'm feeling a lot of questions falling away in importance at the moment.
The Pocket Protectors have sure done it this time. They have made their way to the magically sealed away island of Dinuthair. They've been trying to check in on all of the different factions that exist in this place, and so far, most of them are terrible. The rebels seem okay, if a little disorganized. But in the attempt of making your way towards the last of these factions that you haven't spoken to yet, the Pillarines, who have set themselves up a fortress guarding the Pillar, this ancient Titan artifact of unknowable, unfathomable power. And this fortress is basically to keep anyone else away from it forever using it. And so you've gotten some sense that they have this place pretty well defended, but haven't really managed to communicate anything much, except, of course, receiving from them an automatic message that said, "Warning, Pillarine authenticators are no longer accepted. Do not cross the Ring of Stones or you will be treated as a hostile seeker. If you wish to offer tribute to the pillar without passing the threshold, travel to one of the 4 offering circles which are placed equidistant around the circumference. Living offerings will be sterilized before they enter the fortress. Construct offerings must be suitably restrained or the capsule will not transfer to the fortress." And then you got ambushed. Ambushed by the construct makers that have pursued you because they know that you came through this magical bubble sealing the island away, and they want to know how to do that. And so you are in the middle of fighting a bunch of construct orangutans with tentacle arms and construct wyverns, and then also one that is shaped like a giant crawling humanoid that was approaching you and shooting you with a laser cannon from a distance. But where we left off was in the middle of combat, just as Carolina had managed to magic her way inside a door at the wrist of this thing. But we resume now this combat already in progress. Let me put us on the map here. Okay, so where we just left off is that we had Carolina's turn and then the construct's turn, the big humanoid construct. And so that makes it now the turn of the arboreal grapplers, which is the name of the creature type that we're using, these orangutan constructs.
I literally thought you were going to say orangutan, and I was like, that's what they were.
Orangutan? I mean, that's another, it's like, it's also, it's the same, right? Like, both are correct? Is that, yeah.
But
And-
these are machines too, right? So they're
Oh, yes.
automatans.
Right. No, I mean, like, when you first started saying it, I can't remember now what you said, but it was like, and I thought you were going to call whatever we were fighting, that word.
Automatans is good. I like that. Well done, Mark. But that's not going to save you. So I forget who had who grappled. So let's say there's a magic reset and no one is currently grappled. Because I don't want to, unless anyone wants to volunteer that they were grappled. But so there's one right there by you, Zaylene.
I was grappled.
You were grappled? Okay, well, thank you for volunteering that.
Confessing.
Yeah,
Yes.
and Vertigo was definitely grappled.
Mm-hmm. Aha.
Dragged up into a tree, I think, actually.
So both of you get inspiration, and also they try to bite you. So first against Zaylene, that is a 21 to hit.
Yep.
Oh, hang on, my I think I turned off the extension that's going to make it go into D&D Beyond. So let me turn that back on. Yeah, there we go. Whoop. All right, so 21 to hit for... that's going to be 7 bludgeoning or piercing damage. As it just holds you in its grapple. And the bite from the other one holding Vertigo, ooh, it got a critical hit. And so it's going to do 9 piercing damage to you. And they, the bit I missed in my recap is that the constructs have been ordering you to surrender. And with in theory a promise that you will not be harmed, although they certainly don't seem shy about harming you when you haven't yet surrendered. All right, the other 2 are going to fight are fighting Buster. So the first one is just attacking Buster. It's going to try to bite him. It gets a 24 to hit for 9 piercing damage.
That will hit.
Okay, and it's a new round, so I think he gets his reaction bite.
Yep. That's well. Okay. It did keep his hit points. Hold on. I need to subtract 9. Okay, and he gets his reaction.
Yeah, you clicked the trait, not the attack
sorry.
roll. That's all right. You know, it's so funny. We've kind of dealt with this before. I'm going to go ahead and say this is a tougher fight than he's been in a while, so I will go with that trait exactly as written, which does not say uses reaction to do it. So it would suggest that he can do it anytime he takes damage.
Okay.
Which, it's like, all right. So that hits. That's 21 damage. But then it's going to try to use its tentacle arms. And so the first one is a 10 to hit, certainly going to miss. And then a 19 to hit.
That meets it, so it succeeds.
All right. So, and that is 9 bludgeoning damage, which he can do again, but he's restrained now by it, so the attack is at disadvantage.
Okay.
Yeah. See, the reason it's designed to have that thing not just be a reaction, so it could be many times per turn, is because strictly speaking, it is a random target within reach, other than its master. So it doesn't guarantee that it's against an enemy. So that's a 10 with disadvantage, looks like. So that will miss. And then the other one is also fighting. It's going to bite and do 2 tentacles, which I'll just go ahead and roll all of those at once instead of taking so long. So the bite is 22 for 6 piercing damage. And actually, technically, all these should be at advantage. So the 16 and the 14 would miss, right?
That's correct.
So I'm going to re-roll those because they should have advantage for him being restrained.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's a 21 and a 10 respectively. So that's still 1 bite to hit for 6 damage.
All right.
And 1 tentacle to hit for 11 damage, but he gets to do 2 more disadvantage attacks.
Okay, let me get the 11 damage in.
Mm-hmm.
All right. is it? There.
All right.
It's the first disadvantage attack.
Okay, 12 will miss.
Second disadvantage attack.
Mhm.
And
Ah,
of course, he rolled a
19.
natural 20, which
Yeah,
was disadvantage.
but the disadvantage is still a 19, and so that'll hit.
Yep.
And let's see. Let's see. I will say that hits the other one this time because it's random, but does 8 slashing damage. All right, that one's looking pretty hurt at this point. This one right here.
Okay.
All right, and now it's the wyvern's turn. And so yes, the pocket protectors, as I mentioned, in kind of a dire situation at the moment. So I think the one that's I think the ones that are by Zaleen and Vertigo are yeah, they're each going to try to sting you, and those are attacks that are being made with advantage because of your restraint. They're using their tail stinger. What is? There we go. So first against Zaleen, that's a 12. Let's see, a 12 to hit. Does 12 hit you? I don't think so.
No, not with my mage armor.
Right. Okay, and then against Vertigo, let's see, it's a 19 to hit.
Shield.
Okay, so with a shield, that will be deflected. So they both miss. The other wyverns, one of them is going to swoop down to attack you, Zinhorn. And it's going to also try to get you with its stinger.
Okay.
And it gets a 24 to hit.
That will hit.
For 17 piercing damage, and you need to make a Constitution saving throw.
17.
17 is a success, so you do not take the additional acid damage. It jabs you, but you're able to knock the stinger out before it's able to, inject the acid. And then this one down here is going to come down and try to bite Buster.
Leave Buster alone.
Oh, well, he's a dangerous boy. So it gets a 16 to hit, even with advantage. So I don't think that hits.
It does not.
All right. And so I think it is going to fly back away. So I think he can make a disadvantage opportunity attack.
Okay.
But it doesn't want to stay down there next to him. He also gets to make his, oh no, it missed. So it doesn't have the damage attack, but yeah.
So he gets an
yeah, disadvantage opportunity attack because it moves out of his range.
Right. 14.
Okay, a 14 does hit.
All right. Go Buster.
Yeah, so as it tries to flit away, he lashes out with his claws and gouges some of the thin metal down its wing. But it still takes off. But it's definitely damaged. All right, Vertigo, you're up.
Okay. A bit more direct action, perhaps. And Vertigo pulls magic from the right side of his body with his left hand and drags it across himself. And then Misty Steps.
All right.
Let's see. How about right there?
Okay.
And then with his right hand, with the pen, he starts to scribble a sigil in midair. With his left hand, shoves his hand in the magical energy formed, cuts apart his fingers to divide it, and I will twin a firebolt at this one and this one.
Nice. Okay, great.
So first, let me mark off the Misty Step
Okay.
and the.
Tell me which order
sorcery
your
points.
the attacks are in.
It'll be this guy first.
Okay.
Let's see, Firebolt. That is a roll attack. It's an 18 to hit.
18 hits.
13 fire.
Nice.
And then for the other one, it is a 26 to hit with
That for sure
23
hits
fire.
also, yeah. They both take that damage.
And then he will proceed.
Are scorched, and you see little popping sparks as you're melting some of the wiring on their limbs.
Okay, that's a pretty decent. Well, no, any other movement would put him within distance of something else, so he'll just stay there.
All right. So then there is some activity that you all aren't aware of yet. But then Saileen's turn.
Ignoring the activity I don't know about, I'm going to
That's only right.
reach out and touch this not orangutan and vampiric touch it.
Okay, great. You make an attack roll, I believe, for that.
Yep.
A 15 does hit.
And
15 damage.
Yep. 15 and 15. I'm trying to read to see how much I get back.
Okay.
Till the spell.
I think it's half the damage.
half.
The yeah.
So it would be 7.
All right. Yeah, that works. You can see as you watch, as you draw some of its energy away, you feel that you're drawing it out, and its eyes kind of dim just for a moment before flickering back up to full life.
I will also use my bonus action
Mm-hmm.
to cast Hexblade's Curse.
Okay.
It's not a spell, it's just a
Okay.
curse.
Sure. No, that's fine. But what I was actually just thinking is, I think as you do that vampiric touch, you recognize in an arcane way when you do that the magic feels different than when you have done it before, and you suspect it's because, of course, of the power source that these things are made from, and maybe the proximity here to Dinither. But you feel like you could get more, but it feels different. So I'm giving you the option.
So what do you mean? Like
You
I could
sort
get
of
more?
you recognize as you're pulling this energy away that if you kind of just pulled a little differently, like you could just do it, you kind of see the possibility of doing it in a slightly different way to specifically focus on the kind of energy that it has in it that would make it more effective. But I think you also are aware that what you would be explicitly doing is tapping more into the Denutherian magic elements of it.
Oh, Vertigo will love that. I'll totally give it a shot.
Yeah? So
Yeah, so what do I need to do?
so what I think it does in this case is that you get the full 15 back, not just 7. And I think it feels good. Like you get the hit points back, but there's also just a real feeling of like, oh, that worked. That's good. That feels good. You get just like a little
addicted.
endorphin rush.
I'm gonna turn into one of those creepy vampire sucking people.
Yeah. as you siphon the energy from this creature, yes. So did you have anything else for your turn?
No,
Okay.
I just cast Hexblade's Curse for next time.
Is that something you cast on someone?
Yeah, I do it on the one that I'm with
Sure,
right now
gotcha.
that has me grappled.
Gotcha. Just was making sure. All right, Zinhorn.
Alrighty. I yell out and Rushama, heal my allies. And sorry, guys, but I'm splitting 75 points between me and Buster because I am hurting.
You got shot by the giant Colossus gun.
Yeah.
All right. So you're distributing those hit points.
Yep.
Anything else for your turn? Are you going to move or any bonus actions or
I
anything?
I am going to use my bonus action.
You
Where's
have your
my-
spiritual weapon out.
Yes, the one to the upper right of my spiritual weapon is going to be attacked, and
All
it's not at disadvantage.
Nope.
Oh, that's because it's me.
Yeah.
24.
Yeah, that hits.
15 points of damage.
All right. Yeah, you crush that one. It's just like the hammer just smashes through it, and it sort of flies into pieces, and one of the arms comes off and sort of flops around loose for a little while while the rest of it lays still.
And that's the one that was grappling Buster.
Technically, both of them were.
Were they? Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I thought it was only one.
Well,
that
the one
succeeded.
did, and then the other one, when it hit with the tentacle,
Okay.
got the yeah.
Okay. That's gonna be it for me.
All right. Okay.
Oh, hold on. I need to account for the fact that I just used my divineness.
Mm-hmm. Do account for that. You must always account for divineness.
Mm-hmm.
It just suddenly there's a kids in the hall, an old kids in the hall skit about never put salt in your eyes that I was just reminded of today. It has nothing to do with anything except that it was in my brain, so I had to say it out loud, apparently. Also, good advice. Never put salt in your eyes.
All right.
But it's now Buster's turn.
All right.
Yeah, so he can
Buster.
attack the other one there, and it's at disadvantage unless he wants to use his action to break the grapple.
I'm gonna say that he's gonna just attack.
All right.
Oh. Hold on. For some reason, Discord wants to install something right this second.
Oh, well, seems...
He's going for a bite,
Mhm.
and we got a 10.
Okay, so at a disadvantage, 10 unfortunately does not hit.
All right, and then the first claw. Got a 12.
A 12 does not hit.
Buster. You can do it. Oh, a natural 20 and a 2.
No, unfortunately, no. I
Oh.
think it's got him all wrapped up, and he's so frustrated because it's just managed to wrap itself around him and pin his legs while the rest of it is up on his back, and he just can't get himself around to read it. He's like spinning around trying to get at it. All right. So that will bring us back up around to your turn, Carolina. And so with that, I will bring us and put us on a different map. I don't know if can everyone see this?
Yes.
Yes. So this map, note that the squares inside here, each sort of Roll20 square is 10 feet. And so I've got extra tiny little tokens here. So you have just now come inside this door at the wrist as it's crawling around. So what you are in is a very narrow tunnel with a ladder, but you've also got a fly speed. So tell me what
Okay.
you'd like to do.
Let's see. Fly is a concentration spell, right?
Yes.
All right. Well, yeah. I'm torn. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna try. I'm going to drop fly,
Okay.
and I'm going to cast hold monster.
All right. Okay. So you're not climbing the ladder at all. You're just staying there in the wrist. Which I
If
mean, you could
for
still
for
do
right
that.
now, like
Okay.
I'd still have movement, but yeah,
Yeah. No, that's
I'm
fine.
gonna see if it works.
Okay. This is hold monster. Um.
It's a wisdom saving throw.
Yeah. Uh.
I have no idea if this will even work.
Um. Yeah. I think you find, unfortunately, that it is too big. It is immune to paralyzed. You would like you feel like you could make like its wrist stiff, but it's too big for your spell to encompass the whole thing.
Okay. Well, since that's not gonna work, then we're gonna
Let
head
make an
upwards.
Arcana check. If I feel like if it's high enough, I'll let you deduce that without having to use your action for that.
Yeah,
Well,
no.
that's a 6. So no, I think you tried hold monster, and he's like, oh well. I think that you know what? Let me roll the. It's a wisdom save, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'll roll it just so we can see if it even makes the wrist stiff. No, it got a 26. So.
All right. Well, upwards and onwards. I guess I'm
Okay.
gonna start climbing.
Yeah, so this is why I was kind of thinking that if you were going to go up, using your fly speed to go up 60 feet at that full speed instead of climbing at half speed and only getting 15 feet up was why I was asking. But yeah, so you can make 15 feet up the ladder,
All right. So you
which,
said each square is 10?
yeah, so there's the little squares, right? So, but yeah, here, let me, yeah,
Okay.
okay,
Okay.
let me just
Sorry.
do it.
I
Yeah,
won't
there
touch
we
it.
go. That's all right. Yeah, so, yeah. You've started up the ladder,
All right. Well,
and yeah,
didn't
and
didn't quite go as planned, but okay.
and now you're going to make a strength saving throw as the arm of this enormous construct is going to start waving around and trying to shake you out. Oh, look, 18. I think you managed to hold on to the ladder.
Well, good because I have a +0, so I'm glad that was good. All right.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Uh,
think that's it.
okay. Well, so no, I had assumed your turn was done already. That strength saving throw was the Colossus's turn, the
Mm.
Enfant Terrible. And so it does that, and then it's also back on the other map. It is continuing to fire its cannon, but because it did the arm shake thing, it only has 3 cannon attacks. Um, Actually, I don't remember how many I had been doing. Yeah. Yes. So it is once again broadcasting surrender and you will not be harmed further. And so let's see, that's going to be 1 to hit against Buster. And with advantage because he's restrained, it gets a 28 for 20 force damage. And it's going to target Zinhorn with 1. And it gets a 34 to hit for 10 force damage. You're muted right now, Paul.
I said, holy cow.
Yeah. And then I think Vertigo's getting 1 too, because he's now kind of in the center of things. And it gets a 24 to hit for 12 force damage. All right. and it moves. It moves only 30 feet closer this time. So I believe it is now at 270 feet away, but moving towards you. And normally it can move 60 feet, but it only moved half speed this time because it used its part of its turn to shake the arm.
Sorry, how far away is it now? Did you say 100?
270?
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Yeah. All right. Actually, it must be closer than that because it had done a couple of rounds of that Eldritch Turret already. So let's say it's 180 now. Okay. And that was its turn. So now it's the automatons. The one that is currently grappling Zaleen is going to try to bite you. It gets a 24 to hit for 6 piercing damage. And then it's going to attack you with its other tentacle while it holds you grappled.
Okay.
It gets a 19 to hit for 11 bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
Okay. And then the one that's still down there by Buster, gonna bite him.
I was gonna. I'm sorry.
yeah,
I was
go-
gonna see if I could use my reaction
Yeah,
to do Hellish Rebuke at level 4.
absolutely.
I was just trying to get my
Oh, sure. Yeah, no,
my
that's
my murder points in.
yeah. It makes a Dex saving throw, I think. That's low. That's gonna be 7.
Okay. I just have to roll.
Okay. Mhm.
32.
All right. So that's 32 fire damage. And you would have done that from the first hit, right?
Right. Yeah.
So cancel the damage you took from the second hit because that hellish rebuke just blasts it off of you,
Oh, nice.
and it's dead.
Yeah, sorry. I was just
Yeah.
trying to get my points in.
No, absolutely, by all means. So let's see. That first, it was the 7 piercing damage, and then or rather, I think 6 piercing damage, and then the tentacle was 11 bludgeoning. So you can have that 11 back. All right. So the one that was down by Buster got a 20 to hit for 4 piercing damage.
Okay.
And then it's attacking with the other tentacle.
Well, he gets his.
Oh, he sure does. Yep.
So you said 4 damage?
4 damage, yeah.
Okay, and he's still at disadvantage.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay. 10, unfortunately.
nothing.
Yeah, it doesn't do it. And then when it attacks with its other tentacle, it gets a crit. And it's going to do
Ooh.
20 bludgeoning damage.
Oh, my poor boy.
Oh. And then this last one is swinging
Wait.
down out of the jungle to attack you, Zinhorn.
Let me.
Oh, yeah, he gets his second damage attack.
Yep. Okay. 14.
A 14 does hit for 12 slashing damage. That one's
Hey.
starting to look pretty hurt too. Okay. And the other one is swinging down to attack you, Zinhorn. So it's going to try to bite you. And it gets a 17 to hit.
Miss.
And then with its tentacles, first one is another 17, which is also going to miss. And then an 11. So you are just...
Miss.
Yeah, you are just blocking... Your armor is fending it off. You just exactly, and so it is unable to land a blow on you. It is now the wyvern's turn, and so we've got the one that is near Zaleen is going to once again. Let's see. It's going to swoop down and make a stinger attack. And it gets a 19 to hit. So that's 14 piercing damage. And I need a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. Oh, there it is. 18.
Okay, so you do not take the acid damage, but it is also going to bite you, or it's going to try anyway, and it gets a 16.
Yep.
Okay, and that's going to be, oh wow, 24 piercing damage. Is that right? Hang on.
Did you say the first one was 17?
The
stinger
the
attack?
stinger was a 19 to hit, and it did 14 piercing damage.
Okay.
And then so the bite, it swoops down, and the bite is going to grapple you and do 24 piercing damage.
Okay.
The one that's by you, Zinhorn, is going to try to sting you. It's not going to hit. It's going to try to bite you. And it's not going to hit with that either. It got 14 and an 8 respectively on those attacks.
Woohoo!
And because it's having trouble, this other one is going to swing down to try to help and do the same thing. Stinger is going to be, yeah, that's a low roll. That's going to be a 10. And then the bite, another low roll. That's going to be a 12. So, yeah, you are just tanking these creatures right now.
Yep.
And this last one is going to come down and try to attack Vertigo because Buster seems wrapped up at the moment. So, whereas Vertigo is unmolested at the moment. So, Stinger, that looks like it's so in the Saturday night group, we've taken to, instead of saying a dirty 20, we've started saying Baker's 20.
Okay.
Because
Well,
it's
20
not
is
dirty. It's entirely fair and legitimate. It's just, yeah, it's a Baker's 20. Anyway, so Baker's 20 to hit with the stinger.
that's a hit.
Okay, so that's going to be 21 piercing damage and Constitution saving throw.
Just a second, because it's split, so I have to calculate it differently. All right.
Mm-hmm.
And you said Constitution?
Yeah.
All right. That's a dirty one.
Okay, yeah. So you're also going to take 6 acid damage, but as you take it, it continues to burn.
Great.
Yeah. So this is going to, this is going to keep going. All right. So technically speaking, it's actually, you're supposed to take the damage at the start of your turn, but it is now the start of your turn. As soon as I do the bite attack, because it's also going to try to bite you. It gets an 18 to hit.
Um.
It's going to grapple you if it hits.
Shield.
All right. So you block that one, and now that it is your turn, you would take that 6 acid damage, and it's your turn.
Okay. It almost makes a difference, but I'm not going to bother with it. Okay. Well, that's not good. Let's see. Well, I guess desperate measures. No one's going to like this part. I just got to check one thing. Oh, that's that thing. And, sorry. It's something I haven't used before, and I'm like, can I do this? Yes. Okay, I can.
I saw that check, Jenny. Are you making concentration checks for the vampiric touch? Thank you for that. Don't forget, I gave you the inspiration earlier, but you still have it.
It would have totally failed anyway. I think I only rolled like a 6. So
I
like
mean, a 10
half
a
of
10 is a success for concentration check unless you took
oh,
more
I
than
thought it was half the damage because
it's
I took
half or
24.
10. Oh, well, it's so it wasn't was it 24 from a single hit cuz
Yeah,
yeah, you're right it was. So never mind, you're right, it would have needed to be 12.
yeah. So
Yeah.
unless I mean, I could potentially roll a 6,
Mhm.
but
Yeah.
I'm kind of
I mean, if you want, you can save it if you would rather.
yeah.
All right.
I'll save it.
Okay. So sorry to interrupt you, Mark.
No, that's okay. I needed a bit more time. So the first thing, as with the right hand, Vertigo traces magic. The left hand, he just simply curls it up into a ball and
Mhm.
holds on to it. That's a bonus action. Convert a 4th level spell into or into sorcery points.
Nice.
And then doing something that he's not done before. Let's hope this doesn't go terribly. Reaches down to the left side of his leg, in which a different pouch has been stored. It's a pouch containing a very dangerous item that he's been reluctant up to this point. As he reaches out to the Midnight Stone and
Ooh.
asks for its assistance, and out of his eyes grow inky black, almost smoke that kind of rolls.
Yeah?
That takes an action to activate that. So,
Nice.
and actually, sorry, the action is to activate it and to cast Eye Bite.
Fantastic. I think you get one effect from it right away, right?
It takes an action to effect. I'm not sure. I've not used it before here.
Let me double check, but I think you almost I think you
When
almost
creature of your
get
choice. Oh yeah, okay. I
yeah.
do.
Yeah.
So I look at the wyvern. You should sleep now. And I will cast Asleep. It falls unconscious. There is no save. Or sorry, there's a wisdom save
Okay. Yeah.
initially.
Yeah.
It's weird because the wisdom save is embedded in the regular thing, not in the effect.
Mhm.
'Cause
Yeah.
hopefully
So
this works.
the tries to make a wisdom save. It gets an 11.
It's a fail, so it falls
Ah.
asleep.
And yeah, so it just sort of flops to the ground and is still nice.
And that's the end of the turn.
Okay. And it's like it takes either damage or someone else using an action to wake it up, right?
That's right.
All right, cool. Cool. Okay. Now back in the Colossus, you become aware, Lynn, that there is someone at the top of this ladder is peering down at you. And basically just shouts at you. It's like, you better get out of here if you know it's good for you.
That was super convincing.
Mm-hmm.
All I can see is like a bunch of little pimply faced teenage boys, like they're gnomes, and they're all really small, and they're like, "Get back."
Well, it's just one of those things. Is like being the guard on the inside of the Enfant Terrible is kind of like supposed to be kind of a cushy position because, like, really, who's gonna be inside that? But well, you got to have some guards in case of this situation, and so now they are called upon. But yes, Zaylene, your turn.
Okay, I'm at a loss right now. The only one is that's right in front of me
Mm-hmm.
is that one. I'm gonna do Eldritch Blast, and I'm gonna fire off 2 at the one that's right behind. Actually, I'm gonna do one on this one,
Mm-hmm.
one on this one, and then one on this one. That's like
This one.
The
no.
last one
Can I do
is
the
slumped
one?
on the ground.
Yeah,
asleep.
so
Oh,
that
okay,
that
yeah.
one has just fallen asleep. You
Oh,
you
okay.
don't know exactly what its deal is, but
Vertigo looked at it and it just fell down to the ground,
Yeah.
collapsed.
I probably wouldn't even have noticed because I'm all over here
Sure.
getting
Which
But I don't
murdered.
think you would target the one that's limp on the ground.
No,
This
I
one.
wouldn't.
that one?
No.
Okay. Can
Yep.
we put a dot on that or something?
I put this little mask on it. Like the dots show up in like yeah.
Oh,
like
I
if you,
see. It's in the upper right.
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay, so you're targeting the 3 active ones then.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's get those rolls.
Yeah. What is happening right now?
Unless you want
It's
to
all the way down at the bottom.
are you distributing them for a reason instead of focus firing or
I mean, I kind of want to see if I can take at least one of them out. I don't know where they are because I've only been with this one that's near
they
me.
are all of them pretty healthy still.
Okay.
You haven't been hitting the wyverns very much. There
is
are
the one
also
that,
2 of the automatons left as well. There's the one that's
Okay.
grappling Buster and keeping him from hitting on any of his attacks.
all right? I will aim for that one that is doing that with Buster, and the one directly behind Zinhorn.
Okay.
So I will do 2 on the one grappling Buster and 1 on the other one.
Okay.
I'm rolling.
Oh, so you were oh yeah, never mind. I was just going to say I think you were grappled by the wyvern bite or no?
That's why I didn't aim for that one because it's too
Oh,
close.
okay. Well, if you're grappled by it, you're restrained, so you're going to have disadvantage on your attack rolls.
Okay.
Yeah. Look at
So
that. So
there's
18
an
will
18.
still, and that will definitely hit.
Okay, so I'll do the damage on that.
All right.
So that's 5,
Five.
and that'll be on the one that is grappling Buster.
Yep.
Both of these will.
Okay.
If probably not though, because I don't think that one's
yeah,
gonna
a
hit.
13's not going to hit, unfortunately.
Okay, and then this one will be the one that is behind Zinhorn.
All right. That will hit. If I may offer some tactical advice, just given that you're in a tough encounter here, you're more likely to start taking enemies out if you focus fire. That's just my own personal strategy. You are able to do whatever you want. That's how I do it. I should let you.
I
play
know,
your
I
character.
get it. For Hexblade's Curse, I can move that, I think,
you can,
as a
yep.
bonus action to another
sure
target
can.
since that one is gone. Can I move it to the one that the one that's grappling Buster?
Yep. And
And
so you did 5 damage to it already, and it would be more though, right?
It would be additional d6.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Oh, I don't know why it rolled a d20.
Oh, so
it says like d6, and I clicked on it.
Oh, okay.
It was like,
yeah. So it looks like
I'll just roll a d6 here.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
That's fine.
So an additional 6.
Okay, nice. And so the second one is going to hit whichever one you're targeting. So you just tell me which.
I will just go ahead and go for the one that is grappling Buster.
Okay, so that's another 6 on that one. Does the hex curse is only once per turn, or?
Let me. You gain a +6 bonus damage to rolls. It doesn't say once per turn.
Oh yeah, so yeah, I think if you keep hitting that one, then.
And then I get a critical on a 19 or a 20.
Nice.
So
that's
and regain 8 hit points.
So
if
just
it
roll
dies.
the d6 for the Hexblade's Curse again for.
Okay. Did I already roll the other damage for that one?
You did. Yeah, it came out.
Okay.
From before. So it was 6. So with another 1d6, that's another 2. And this one is really hurt. It's not down, but it is very, very wounded now. Okay. All right. Anything else for your turn?
No.
Okay. All right. Zinhorn.
Rushama, heal my allies. 25 points to Zaleen, 25 points to Vertigo and 25 points to Buster.
Nice. Bonus action?
And bonus action in 1 moment. Bonus action is my 4th level spiritual weapon attack.
Oh.
16. It rolled
16
off of a
hits.
natural 20.
Yeah.
All right. 11 points of damage.
All right, you smash that one to pieces, and it drops limp away from Buster, and it is no longer grappling him.
All righty. And I am going to move my spiritual weapon over here.
All right.
And if I move, I'm going to take a ton of opportunity attacks.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to tank.
All right. So here's going to be a tricky question. I think Buster, freed from the grapple, is going to be very happy, but I think his natural inclination would be to attack the one that's on the ground right next to him. But maybe he would see it being limp as less interesting. So I'm going to basically let you make an animal handling check to see if you can direct him.
Yeah, I want to direct
Onto another
him to
target.
the
I mean, his
last of
friend is
the-
surrounded right now too.
Well,
Yeah.
right, yeah, and so
His master, yeah.
I'm not making this a high DC, but I think it's worth a check because otherwise he's just there's one
Okay.
right there.
Well, the lowest I can roll is a 14, so let's see what I do. And I rolled a 14 plus 14 plus 13 is
Yeah, so-
27.
Yeah, so that is a success. So where do you direct him?
I direct him to that guy
Okay,
who's still on the ground.
sure.
So
I think all three of the like all of the wyverns except the one that's asleep are hovering, like they're flying near the ground now.
okay.
But if you want him to target the
yeah, because I don't want to
Yeah.
get grappled again.
Oh no, I don't blame you. Although the wyverns can grapple with their bite as well. But yes,
Right.
I don't blame you for wanting to get rid of those guys. They're a pain in the butt.
Okay.
They can do 2 possible grappling attacks per round.
Yep.
So yeah, let's have him attack.
Going for the bite.
No longer with disadvantage.
19 to hit.
19 will hit, so that's 7 piercing damage,
Mhm.
and then they have to make a strength save.
DC 16. Yep.
Yeah. So that's a 7. So it Buster not only bites him but pulls him prone. Can now make his claw attacks with advantage and with the bonus damage.
All righty. First attack. So
There you go.
beggars 20.
Yeah. Did you say beggars 20?
Yes.
I was saying baker.
Baker.
Yeah, but
Oh.
beggar works too.
All right.
But yeah, so 23. See, this is the Buster we know and love.
Yes.
So 23 damage.
23 damage and a 27 to hit.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. For another 17. Yeah. So that one was pretty healthy. It's now not anymore. It's not destroyed though. But
Okay.
it is prone on the ground next to Buster though.
All right.
All right. There was a little, yeah. Okay, that was Buster's turn. It is now your turn again, Carolina.
Okay. Let's see. How far away am I from this guy?
He is all the way up this ladder, so let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 70 feet.
Okay.
You can climb another 15 feet with your movement.
You said 70 feet? Is that what you
Yes.
said?
So
Okay.
he would be at 55 feet if you did that.
Well, I don't really think I need to, because I'm going to cast Lightning Bolt.
Okay. Nice, nice. All right.
It's a dexterity save, 17.
Yeah. Let's have him do that. Dex save. Did it roll? I thought I clicked it. What is it? Is it not? Oh, there we go. Oh, wow. We got a natural 20.
Oh,
So, yeah. So, he does.
well, he's still going to take half damage.
Yeah.
Roll the thing. Why isn't it rolling? Hello?
Yeah, I think it suddenly is like really slow for some reason. It took a long time to show up for me, that one.
Let me try refreshing, see if that helps.
You can use the the roll 20 roller as well.
Oh, yeah. Where did it go? There it is. Still not working. Okay. So right
Just
dice.
yeah, so just use the
Yeah.
the roll 20
It's
roller.
8d6.
Mm-hmm.
There's just one. Okay.
You can do slash roll 8d6 slash roll space 8d6. All right.
Right.
So 25, and he'll take half of that for 12, and does not like that at all. He screams. All right.
Oh, and then also I'm going to move up more.
Sure. Continuing to climb the ladder. Doot. All right. Bonus action or anything?
Oh, yes. I am going to use where is it? Silver tongue.
Okay.
No, not silver tongue. Unsettling words. That's the one.
All right.
So he must subtract 1d12 from his next saving throw before the start of my next turn.
I'll allow if you want you to retroactively make him do that on his dex save if you think the d12, because the natural 20, so his total score was a 22, and so it's theoretically possible that a d12 could make him fail that if you want to retroactively count it, or you can just say it'll apply moving forward.
You know what? If you're gonna let me retroactively do it, then yeah.
All right, so roll the d12 and we'll see if subtracting that from 22 makes him fail. Wow, an 11.
Whoa.
So that makes it into a score of 11, which I believe does fail. And so if he takes the full 25 lightning damage, he is fried to a crisp. And you hear him whoomp, limp to the, he you know what? This is fun. Make a dexterity saving throw.
No.
No?
Well, that one worked. I don't know.
I know. But yes, so you managed to pull yourself close enough to the ladder that as he falls down this tunnel and whomps to the ground below you, he does not strike you and knock you off the ladder.
Well,
all right.
yay, I finally did some damage, guys.
You sure did. All right. So then it is the Colossus's turn. It is going to continue to, it is going to shake the arm again. So that's another strength saving throw, Lynn. Okay, that's a 9. I think, unfortunately, you're going to fall 30 feet to the bottom and take 3d6 falling damage, which is 8 bludgeoning damage as it shakes you off back down to the hand.
It could have been worse.
You know what? Actually, you take half of that because you fall on this poor guard that you fricasseed. Poof, he breaks your fall. So you take 4 falling damage. But in the meantime, outside, this thing is still messing up your friends or trying. It's going to shoot at Zinhorn once and Buster twice. It's going to, against Zinhorn, it gets a 25 to hit
That'll hit.
for 22 force damage. And then,
Ow.
and then against Buster, it's going to get a 34 to hit
That'll hit.
and a 25 to hit. It's very difficult for it to miss. And it's going to do, oops, I was clicking the wrong damage thing. But there we go. That's another 23 damage and a 20 damage. So that's 43 damage to Buster. Certainly, with each of those attacks, he can do his damage attack. So he can attack
okay.
either that wyvern or the orangutan, although he'll have advantage on the one in front of him.
It's random.
Yeah. So roll a d6, and if it's 1 through 3, it's the orangutan, and if it's 4, 5, 6, it's the wyvern. But you could do that twice. Okay, so against the orangutan first.
Okay.
Attack with advantage.
Yep.
And if it's the claw attack, we'll get the bludgeoning.
Yep. It's the virtual dice were caught in the corner.
Mm-hmm. Okay, with advantage, a 13 is still not enough.
Okay.
It sort of wriggles out of the way. But so roll another d6 to see about the second attack. So it'll be against the same creature. So go ahead and roll with advantage again.
Right.
Okay, a 10 is still, or no, with advantage, a 23. So that's another 26 damage, which is exactly enough that he needed to rip it to pieces.
Woohoo! Uh-oh, Buster.
And all it cost you was 46 damage, or 43 damage.
Yeah.
So okay, but he destroyed that last of those things. And you took the damage for Zinhorn as well, right?
Yes, I did.
Okay. And so I think you all recognize, as this thing continues to tromp towards you at 150 feet now, that it is going to keep doing that. So consider what tactics you might choose to avoid that in the future. All right. It would be the orangutan's turn, except they are all destroyed. It is now the wyvern's turn. The one by you, Zaleen, is going to try to sting you first. Ooh, and it gets a natural 20. So that's going to be... what happened there? Okay, I see. It's going to be 21.
Is that this one?
Yes.
I think that Vertigo suggests that did not happen.
Oh.
And I'll have to upcast it, but it will cast Silvery Barbs.
Oh, nice. So it has to attack again, right?
It has to roll another d20
Right.
and use the lower roll.
Yes.
And
Wow.
then I will
Okay. It got a 19 on the die, but it's not a crit.
that's important.
Yeah.
And I will give I'll give the advantage to Zaleen.
Okay.
So the next attack roll, ability check, or saving throw you make within 1 minute. 1 minute.
Okay. So the attack is still a 25 to hit, but it's not a crit. It is going to do 20 piercing damage. And then
Hellish rebuke.
okay. And you'll need to make a Constitution save as well.
Okay.
But let's
I'm
do
gonna
that
do
deck
that.
save for the Wyvern.
I'm gonna do it at
Wyverns are
6.
surprisingly low decks. They only get a 9.
Okay. I'm doing it at 5th level.
Okay,
I was gonna do 6, but I'm gonna save that.
nice.
So
For flying creatures, they have a surprisingly low dex. Wow, 30 fire damage.
30.
Yeah.
And you said Constitution?
Yes. Now
Which
it
you have
is like
advantage.
these things are all still pretty healthy considering their starting point, but certainly that's a big hit. But a 15 is a save, so you do not take the acid damage.
Okay.
All right. So that was just the bite, and now it's going to do that was just the stinger rather. Now it's doing the bite. But it only gets a 13 to hit, which I don't think hits you.
Nope.
Or does it? All right.
Nope, not with mage armor.
Okay. Now you've got one attacking you, Zinhorn. I think both of those. No, one's attacking you, and the other one is attacking Buster. So
Okay.
against Zinhorn, we've got a stinger, 19 to hit.
That meets it, so it'll
Okay.
hit.
16
Oh
piercing.
no, I'm sorry, that's a miss.
Okay. So the miss once again hits your armor. Then it only gets a 9 to with the bite. So it continues to fail to attack to hit you. The other one's attacking Buster. With the stinger, it gets only a 13 to hit, which I'm pretty sure misses.
That will miss.
And then it gets with a bite, it gets a 15 to hit. I can never remember Buster's armor AC. Is it like 17 or something?
19.
19. Wow. Yeah, there you go. He's a tough guy. Tough boy.
Mm-hmm.
Buster. Tough boy. That's what it says on his business cards. Well, actually, has Carolina made any business cards for Buster? Or do you all just have the same business card that's just the business card? Do you have individual ones with your names on them?
I probably made individual ones for everybody.
And for Buster?
That's a good question.
I don't know,
I
because he
think
would
it's
eat
fair
them.
to say no, but it did make me answer.
Maybe he's got some of Zinhorn's.
All right.
What if we put like on everybody's business card, like a little addendum that we wrote,
Yeah.
like hand wrote in pen that says "with Buster, the
Yeah.
best boy."
I
or
think
something like
probably
that.
every time you try to hand one to Buster, he does eat it and then look at you confused, like, why would you give him such a bad treat? In any case, that was the sting and the bite against Buster both missing. So the Wyverns are having a hard time. They're having a bad round. That makes it your turn, Vertigo.
Okay. This one, it didn't have neither Zinhorn nor Zalian are caught, right? They're not held.
No one is grappled right now, I don't
Okay.
think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
Oh,
well,
wait, no. Zaleen is still grappled by the Wyvern by her.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But on the ground, not like
Yes.
hoisted into the air. Okay.
Mhm.
Then I think that Vertigo will look over towards that one
Mhm.
and with the inky eyes whisper in a voice that carries the distance, "You should rest now."
Mhm. Another wisdom save.
Another wisdom save.
All right. That one gets an 18.
That meets,
Okay. So I think it.
but that is a reaction. I have my reactions back because it's my turn. So I'm going to give it another silvery barbs, and I'm going to take the D20 for myself.
Okay,
Cost
so
me
it's rolling
Vertigo spell.
again.
Yeah.
It got the same thing.
Well.
Yeah, so it still got an 18. So you see that it sort of like wobbles and flickers, but it does not fall to the ground.
Okay. Then releasing some of that energy captured in the left hand and spending a sorcery point. Vertigo will hastily draw out actually no, it's not a sigil, so it'd be just straight from that hand, and gesture to his right at this one and cast Firebolt.
All right.
Sped up to be a bonus action. With advantage that he gave himself.
Okay.
If I can get the thing to give me an advantage, it doesn't need to want to. I'll just roll it twice. 18,
18 will
and an
certainly
18.
hit.
Lots of 18s with this
Yeah.
with these ones suddenly. So 9 fire damage, looks like.
Of those two, one of them did 9 and the other did 18. I'll let the 18 rule.
It's all 18s from here on out.
Because technically you could pick either one, right?
True,
Right,
I guess.
Yeah, so in any
and
case, I took the 18 damage.
I think at that point he will move. The stuff over here looks like ridges or trees.
Yeah.
Is that actually the case?
Yes.
Okay. Then I think he's going to move. Can I get there? No, I cannot.
The when this thing, the Enfant Terrible was further off, it was like blasting off the tops of trees. So it's capable of like destroying trees, but certainly you could get behind cover.
That's kind of what I'm hoping. Here's the cover that he can actually get to. I think. Just a second, I got to measure something out now because the map is.
Yeah. Let's say it's coming from the north, in case that was.
Oh, it's coming
unclear.
from the north. Oh, okay.
Or what? I mean, I just because I don't think we had explicitly said, but that's what I'd been envisioning, unless you
Okay.
had a different thought.
No, I just thought I'd be running towards it if I moved downward, but he'll kind of move towards this tree and can't hide, but he can at least find partial cover maybe.
Okay. I mean, like I was thinking, like you could probably get here.
Can't quite. Well, let me see here. Because he can't move close to this creature, so he'd have to take a circuitous route.
Well, yeah.
I guess
if
he can
you-
get there.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that works.
Okay.
Still,
Yeah,
able
I'll
to see
say
it.
that from right there, you have 3/4 cover.
Hey, it's something.
Yeah, it is. Although this thing has like a +16.
Yeah, I know.
All right. Okay. That is your turn. Back inside the Colossus, there are 2 other guards that were just further away. So let's see. So they're running to try to get to where they can. Then, yeah. So they're getting into position, but neither of them are where they can do anything else yet right now. And then Zaleen, is your turn.
I am going to do the Eldritch Blast. Which ones are asleep? Is it just the
Just the one, just this one.
Okay.
He tried
I'm-
to make the other one go to sleep, but it didn't work.
All right, I'm going to attack the one that he tried to make go to sleep
Okay,
with 3 Eldritch Blasts.
that makes sense. It's the one that's currently trying to get you. So it'll be disadvantaged attacks, but makes sense to target that one. The other alternative is to use your action to try to break the grapple. Okay, well, 24, even at disadvantage, will certainly hit. Also, you have a pretty high modifier, and this thing's not got a high AC, so.
Yeah, that one's not going to hit. It was a natural one.
Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah, okay, so that's 2 hits. All right.
And then
7 force damage total between the 2.
yeah. Yeah, I should have. Yep, that's it.
Okay.
That's all I can do, really.
All right. Okay, Zinhorn.
Okay. I am going to cast Mass Cure Wounds at uh, 5th level,
Hmm.
and everybody, if I can click the right thing, come on, there we go. Still, it's not doing it. Why is it? There we go. No, it's just it.
Roll20 seems, or the D&D Beyond seems like it's the interface with Roll20 is slow right now. So don't be afraid to
Oh,
use the
okay,
Roll20 dice roller if that makes a difference.
okay.
But
18. No, that was the wrong.
that's mass healing word.
No, I didn't want to do healing word. I clicked on Mass Cure Wounds.
There, mass cure wounds doesn't exist.
Yes, it does.
Okay. Do you? Okay, I don't know what to tell you.
Mass Cure Wounds.
Okay.
All right, it's 3d8 plus 10.
Okay.
It's just all right.
So use the guys. If the if the D&D Beyond thing isn't working, just use the D roller in Roll20.
Right.
All
So
right.
22.
Okay, 22. That's for everybody.
Everybody gets 22.
You get 22. You get 22. Everybody gets 22.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, are you going to do anything to prevent that thing from just shooting the crap out of you again?
No. Hold on.
Okay.
I need to get
Paul,
Buster's.
are you sure you cast Mass Cure Wounds? Because it's showing up on Roll20 as Mass Healing Word.
Yeah.
Like, did you just misclick?
I misclicked for that, but that doesn't count. Every time I click on Mass Cure Wounds, it doesn't register.
That's weird.
The D&D Beyond thing is not working properly right now, so let's not obsess too much about it and just do what we need to do.
Okay.
If we know what to roll, we can roll it in Roll20.
Right. So I am first going to move my spiritual hammer up and attack this guy.
Okay.
And spiritual weapon. That was a 14 to hit.
14 hits.
And 9 points of damage, according to this.
That
And
seems
then
low. That doesn't seem right. Is that right? It only it only did 2d8.
Yeah, I only casted at 4th level.
Okay, and that's only 2d8.
2d8 plus 3, yeah.
At 4th level is only 2d8.
That's what the game is telling me.
Because I think the spiritual weapon.
Yeah, it's 1d8 plus 1d8 for every 2 levels above 3rd. So it doesn't go up very quickly.
Yeah, all right, yeah. So it's not for every level. That's why I was confused. Okay, so it's 9. Okay. So all right, we're starting to get bogged down in the details. Let's kind of try to keep it moving.
All right. And I am going to move. That's 20. That's 30.
Okay, so you are going to take 2 opportunity attacks if you don't disengage, but you already did an action, so.
Correct.
They're both going to try to swipe at you with their stinger. One got a natural 20. And the other got a 12. So the one that was a crit was what is this? Okay. Okay, so it's I see. It is 28 piercing damage. And I need you to make the Constitution saving throw.
15.
Okay. All right, a 15 save, so you don't take the acid damage. I'll say that right there, I would give you 3/4 cover, but if you wanted to be right here, I would say you have total cover from the.
All right, I'm gonna go for that.
All right.
And oh, I can't. I'm gonna yell at Buster to move over to like here.
Okay.
And hopefully he pays attention.
All right. Make an animal handling check.
Okay.
Counter to his nature to move away from an active target, but that's a natural 1. I normally wouldn't have said that the DC is high, but a natural 1 I think is tough. Yeah, I think he's distracted by this wyvern that he's fighting.
Okay.
I'll give you another chance next round, though.
Okay.
All right.
Buster's turn.
Yeah, Buster's turn.
All right. He is going to attack the wyvern in
Mhm.
front of him.
Makes sense.
All right. We're going to go with the bite first. And there's that
Oh
natural
no,
1 again.
critical 1. Yeah. But he can still swipe at it with his claws.
First claw. There we go. 24 to hit.
That'll hit, yeah. For
And
16 slashing.
Yep. And the second claw. Oh, it was a natural
Oh
20.
no, yeah, a 10 is too low, unfortunately. This wyvern kind of flaps a little bit and raises up just out of reach for that last attack.
Okay.
All right. That's Buster's turn. Okay, we're back around to the top. Carolina, I'm sorry that I have made you fall all the way back down to the bottom here. What would you like to do?
Well, I hadn't gotten far anyway.
Mhm. So, bearing in mind that if you were flying, for example, not only would you not need to be holding onto the ladder, but you could would have 60 feet of movement straight up. That's why I
Yeah.
was confused that you let it drop before. But
Well, I mean, it seemed like a good idea at the time.
Sure, yeah. I'm I'm giving a lot of
yes.
notes on everyone's play tonight, so sorry about that.
So that is done through the mandolin.
Hmm.
So I'm trying to remember because it has 7 charges.
Mhm.
Can it use the same spell twice?
Yeah,
Okay.
as long as
Then
it's not too many charges.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect. All right. So I'm going to expend another charge and use fly again.
Okay.
Let's not mark that off. What is
So-
going on with D&D Beyond tonight?
All right, so 60 feet will get you all the way up to here. And then if you wanted to, I think if you wanted to, well, you used your action to cast the spell, right? So you wouldn't have it to dash, but you get most of the way up to the top, and now you're no longer reliant on holding onto the ladder. Do you have a
But
bonus
probably
action?
should do that anyway if it's gonna try to shake me off again.
Sure.
I think that's gonna be it
Okay.
for right now.
All
Yeah.
right. Okay, so it is now the construct's turn. It is going to shake its arm, but I make your strength saving throw with advantage because you're flying. And in this case, even if you fail, you won't fall all the way to the bottom. You'll just get banged around. Yeah, the Beyond 20 is a great extension most of the time. Doesn't seem like it's working very well tonight. We can always roll in the roll 20.
Did you want me to?
Strength saving throw, yeah, with
Yeah,
advantage. Yeah.
With advantage. Okay.
Yes.
That and for some reason, like the strength saving throws are that's working.
All right, yeah, 18. So you are kind of jostled around, but you don't fall.
Cool.
All right, and then back outside, it is going to fire its cannon 3 more times. It is going to take one shot at Vertigo, but he has 3/4 cover, which is a +5 to AC. And it got a 33 to hit, so I think that still probably hits.
Oh yeah.
Wow, and it only did 9 force damage. That is very low roll dice rolls on its damage, but I'm sure you're not complaining. And then it's gonna fire once at Buster.
Damn it.
Hmm?
But the eye bite goes down.
Oh no.
Oh wait, no, I will roll with advantage. I will roll it again.
You do roll with advantage?
No, I have that.
Oh
that,
right, you
uh,
have your inspiration.
inspiration.
Yeah.
And that
All
succeeds.
right, great, good. Okay, so it was a 36 to hit for Buster for 22 force damage. And then I think it's gonna fire the other one at Zaleen. But I'm also going to say that the Wyvern is going to take half of it because it's grappling you. Okay, yeah, that's a 37 to hit. So it would be 16 force damage, but I'm going to say you take 8 and the Wyvern is going to take 8. It's getting a little sloppy now with its... you guys are taking a longer time to destroy than most of their adversaries have. All right.
It's because he's a baby. He's
Hmm.
getting tired. It's time for his nap. He's
Cranky.
cranky.
Yeah.
Also, there's someone in his arm.
Yeah.
All right. Is the Wyvern's turn. The one that is got you grappled, Zaleen, is going to try to get you with its stinger again. It's rolling with advantage because of the restrained. It's got 23 to hit for 15 piercing and another Constitution saving throw needed.
I'm also going to do Hellish Rebuke again,
Okay, yeah.
this time at level 4.
And it can't bite you again because it's already biting you.
No,
Actually, you know what?
I'll do-
I'm going to say it does is it lets you go in order to try to bite you again. But that means if it misses, then you're no longer grappled.
Okay.
Oh, right. Dex save for the Hellish Rebuke. It gets a 14, which I think is a fail for you, right?
Yep, that's my my AC or
Okay.
my DC is 18.
18.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, it's starting to look pretty beat up now. It is going to try that bite again. It gets a Baker's 20 to hit for another
Okay.
12 piercing damage.
Okay.
All right. So, and then the others, we got this one that's going to come after you, Vertigo. Because it saw you moving away. So it's going to try to get you with a stinger first. It gets a 24 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
15 piercing damage.
Okay.
And Constitution saving throw.
Damn
Oh,
it.
no! Although taking one of those wyverns out is already pretty useful for that eye bite, but I know it's that's frustrating. All right, and then it's going to try to Constitution. So if you want, I'll let you say that Constitution save. Do you want that to be maybe you take acid damage instead of for the concentration because you need to do 2.
I mean,
I'll let you choose which one that was for.
well, it doesn't matter. That's to prevent the acid damage. Okay.
Yes.
So
So if
I
you
would-
fail to prevent the acid damage, then that means on your turn you will take 10 acid damage.
Okay. I'd still have to roll again for the
Yeah.
actual
Mm-hmm.
concentration. I'll
Yes.
I'll take the acid.
Okay.
Oh, did I get hit with that before?
Oh, you did. Yeah. So
How long does that last? I don't even.
you basically say you need to save at the end of turn. We'll say that you saved in your last turn,
Okay.
and so but now you're feeling
right.
it again.
One last chance at the eye bite.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
That's enough because it was only 9 points of
Right,
damage,
yeah.
wasn't it? No,
Oh,
sorry, this
well,
was
it was
15, but
15.
that's still enough.
Uh,
But meets
yes,
beats, right?
yes,
And,
yes. You're right. Yeah. So like it's 10 or half, right? So yeah.
okay.
Okay. So and you haven't taken that acid damage yet, although you're gonna in a second.
Yeah, twice.
Yeah. Well, no,
No.
not twice. But yeah, you'll. So
Does
you
it go
took
away if you save successfully?
yes.
Oh, okay.
And then this one is coming after. Actually, I think it's going to keep attacking Buster, who's right there. But it got a natural 1 on the stinger.
Woohoo.
It's going to try to bite him, and it got a natural 2. So if it fails on
Yay.
both of those. All right. So that does make it Nidri's or Vertigo's turn. You now take the 10 acid damage.
Okay. And that'll trigger another
Yeah.
another concentration save. Jeez, that's like 6 concentration saves in one round.
Lots of
But
those.
that one's
Okay.
fine.
Well,
Yeah, that's
you've
fine.
maintained. So it is now your turn fully.
Okay. And I still
Um,
have eye bite somehow still going.
Yeah.
I will, yeah, and Vertigo will look at the one in front of him. Sleep now.
Okay.
You can rest. That's a wisdom saving
Mhm.
throw.
Ah, natural 1.
Okay.
Nice.
it is
That
asleep.
one also flops to the ground unconscious.
And then he will expend some more of that energy to
Mm-hmm.
to rapidly cast towards the other two blindness,
Uh-huh.
which is a Constitution save.
Okay. 2 Wyvern Constitution saves coming right up. And then you make one to see if you shrug off the acid.
Right.
So first Wyvern is the one by Zaleen. It's going to get a 9. And the
Fail.
second one, it gets a 22.
That's a success.
All right. So the one by Wyvern, by Zaleen is blinded.
Okay. And
let's
I
use
shake
this.
off the poison or the acid.
Fantastic.
Nat 20.
Yeah. All right.
Now for
If you want to move a little, so especially now that it's not threatening, if you wanted to move like a little closer into the cliff wall to be completely out of the line of sight from the cannon.
Yeah, I think that's safer.
Yeah. So like
Um,
right here would do it. Yeah.
Just make sure on my distances. Yeah, okay, that'll work.
All right. Great. That your turn?
Yes.
Okay. So, back inside, we got two of these guards have made their way up to the top of the ladder here, and they're going to throw daggers down at you, Lynn. So, let's see. One gets an 8, the other
Nope.
gets a 15.
Nope.
All right, yeah. So, but they are blocking your path up there, but they don't seem to manage much there. All right, Zaleen.
I am not doing well, so I'm going to cast Heal on myself and get
All right.
70 points.
Nice. All right, cool. And also, at least for now, the one that is got you bit is blinded. Okay. Anything else for your turn? I mean, you can't move if you're restrained, but
I know.
yeah.
I know. I was just trying to see if I had a bonus action
Oh,
I
sure.
could do, and
Yeah.
I do not.
Okay. All right. Well, you're starting to make headway though on this encounter. All right. Zinhorn.
Okay. I am going to use my spiritual weapon first on the one right in front of Buster,
Mm-hmm.
and I will roll a beggar's 20.
Yeah.
And 12 points of damage.
Nice.
How hurt does that one look?
That one's still relatively healthy. That one hasn't taken much damage.
All right, I'm going
Actually,
to cast.
neither have the unconscious ones. Like those sleep ones are also relatively healthy. The one by Zaleen is pretty hurt.
Okay, I'm going to cast Guiding Bolt on the one in front of Buster.
Okay. 10 is going to miss.
It is going to miss.
Mhm.
All right. And
And you can
I'm
try again
gonna-
for Buster to tell him to get out of the...
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm going to try again with Buster to
Okay.
have him move.
All right.
There's
And then
20.
and then it's yeah, so you're certainly able to convince him this time, but the wyvern gets a crit on its opportunity attack.
Okay.
So he can move down to like here to be out of
Okay.
range, but the stinger is going to do let's see, 14 plus another 3d6. That's going to be 26 piercing damage, and he needs to make the Constitution saving throw.
Okay. What is with the ones?
Oh no. All right. Yeah, so I think Buster's starting to have a hard time here. I think so, but so that means on his turn, which is right now, he's also going to take 46 acid damage. This is another 8.
All right.
All right. And he does not have any targets in range at the moment, although presumably on his turn, if you... Well, you know what? How about this? He could have done his attacks before he moved.
Okay.
So if you want, you can say that before he moved, he finishes attacking that guy.
Yeah. Okay. So he was here.
Mm-hmm.
Wherever he was.
Yeah, it's
he
right.
was here. Yeah.
All right. So go ahead and have him roll on the
Okay.
wyvern there.
The bite.
Okay. A 10, unfortunately, no.
No. The claw. Natural 20.
There you go. All right. So that looks like 25 or... Boy, you know that when it does the totals with these crits, it's very strange on the interface here. But in any case, I'm looking at 12 plus 13. That means 25 to me.
Okay.
All right, nice.
Yeah. All right. And one more. Claw.
Mm-hmm. All right, and a 12 does hit for these guys.
All
So
right.
that's another 10. So that one's starting to look pretty rough now. But then, as you call him away, he takes the stinger, and so that all happened as before. But you got to do the attacks first.
Yay!
All right. So that's Buster's turn. We're back up to you, Carolina. You've got 2 guards up ahead of you at the top of this ladder.
Yep. Okay. So we fly in and yeah, gonna cast lightning bolt again.
Okay. I'll certainly let you move up to the point where you get both of them in their in the line.
And
So
it's a
2 dex save.
dexterity.
Got a 9 and a 6.
New.
All right,
Okay.
yeah.
So 86. And the thing here. I need 8, 6, and there's no pluses, right? Okay. Roll.
34. Yeah, they are both fried to a crisp.
Yay!
Yep. And then we gonna keep on trucking, get out of this arm.
Mm-hmm. All right. So let me. So as you are zipping through 10, 20, 30, 35, 45, 50. So I'll say you get into here where you have emerged up through a hatch in what seems like it must be the shoulder, and you understand you must be in the torso now. You seem to have found like a little ready room. There's a door across from you, and you can feel everything sort of moving around still. And the map is kind of imagines an upright torso. This construct, of course, is designed to be in the crawling position, so the floors are appropriate. You know, so it's we'll just have to use our imaginations. Meaning the floors are not sideways is the point.
Right.
All right. Okay. So that is your turn, unless you have anything else. Yeah.
Nope, that's it.
Making headway on your way to the head. All right. It is the construct's turn, and it is suddenly finding that it does not have the line of sight on who it's going for. And the only target it has that it can see is Zaylene, which is not good news for Zaylene, I don't think.
No.
Yeah, it's going to get a 34 to hit for 21 force damage, and once again, you're going to share that with the wyvern. So you take 10.
Okay.
And then 2 more. That's a 23 to hit
Mm-hmm.
for another 13 force damage, which kills the wyvern.
Okay.
And so it relaxes its grip on you. And then you are going to get one more.
Okay.
That is that's a 24 to hit for another 17 force damage.
Did we go around again? Like, are we in
Um,
a new round?
Since the last time it shot at you.
Since the last time I did Hellish Rebuke.
You did Hellish Rebuke on the wyvern's turn last time. So this
Okay.
is a new round. The wyverns
Okay.
have not yet had their next turn.
All
But
right.
it is
So
a
I'm
new
gonna
round.
rebuke.
All right. Oh, well, and
Oh wait.
It's
no,
the
so
range.
what's the range? Because it
Yeah,
has
that's
been
what I was
moving
gonna
closer
ask.
and closer though. So I think it's only
Um,
90 feet away now.
Yeah, it's 60 feet. Never
Okay.
mind.
Sorry.
No, it's okay.
Mhm.
I was actually looking for that.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, it's
when you
good that it
asked.
establishes now that you're all feeling the ground tremble with this thing's movements, because it's within 100 feet now.
Mhm.
Which also means that it's going to get to a point where it's close enough that it can still see around these corners for you. Because its head is still like 60, 70 feet off the ground. Okay. That was its turn. The wyvern's turn now. 2 of them still asleep. One of them destroyed. The other one is going to pursue Buster and try to sting him. And gets a 17 to hit for that, which I think misses.
That'll miss.
Try to bite him. It also misses with a 9.
That will also miss.
Sorry, dog's making a weird noise. He's fine. Okay. And that is the remaining wyverns. That's all they can do this time. So, Vertigo, you're feeling this giant construct looming in. But also, things are less severe right here than they were a moment ago, but this thing's coming in.
And that thing moved away. Hmm. Okay. I think a bonus action to consume some of the magical energies, because I need some of those things.
Okay.
And then for an action, the one that is still kind of moving, does it look badly hurt or just
The that one, no.
no? Okay.
I mean, it's injured. It's taken some damage, but it's not badly hurt. Actually,
Okay.
you know what? It's bloodied.
It's bloodied.
Mhm.
I think
You know, or
then
it's oilied,
it's
constructed. You know,
It's leaking vital
It's,
bodily
it is.
fluids.
It has sustained structural damage, but it is still pretty active.
okay. That's too big. That's overkill, but that might be okay. Oh, let's do this one. I haven't done this one for a while. Its range is great.
Mhm.
So at level 4, once more kind of calling upon the sort of ancestral memory as cold forms around Vertigo's head and uh, four spears of intangible cold appear by his side
Nice.
and fire off at this guy.
All right.
So that is, I guess, an attack roll. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
I think one for each.
Go. So that's one. That's a natural one. Start
No.
with
17 hits.
19, and a nat 20.
There you go.
So
All
for the
but the
three,
one. Yeah.
the three that hit also knock its movement down by 15 total.
Oh, nice. Yeah. So that's a 45 reduction total, right? So it,
No,
yeah.
5 each, 15 total.
Gotcha. Okay. So 7, 10, so 21 total damage looks like.
Looks
Am I
like
right?
it. Yeah.
All right. Now it's pretty hurt. Like, I mean,
And-
you know, it could take a few more hits, but it's definitely looking fairly injured at this point.
Okay.
All
And
right.
yeah, otherwise staying in the
And
hidey hole.
you see it sort of moving slower from the ice crystallizing through its joints. All right. It would be those guards' turn, except they are dead. So, Zaleen.
Am I still 90 feet from the crawling baby monster?
Yes, but you are no longer grappled, so you could
Yep.
move
I am
now if you
going
wanted.
to move um my full movement in the direction of the giant baby.
So here's the question:
I'm not
Are
sure
you
where the
moving
baby
yourself?
is.
Well, so imagine that it's to the north, okay?
Okay.
But also imagine that putting yourself in line of sight means it's just going to keep shooting you. So tell me how you want to handle that.
Well, I mean, I'm not going to be able to escape it, really,
I mean, you
no
tell me.
matter where I go.
Mhm.
Um,
I
and
just mean, like,
that
for
was
example, I've established that Zinhorn, Vertigo, and Buster are out of its line of sight where they are. Because
okay.
they're kind of like tucked in around these little lips, these little
Little
cliffs.
tree thingies,
Yeah.
cliffs things. Okay. So before I decide what I
Mhm.
want to do we know that Carolina went inside this thing?
I think
Like,
she disappeared and you're not sure where she is.
okay, because I don't want to metagame.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But I wanted to move
so how about this?
closer
I
and
will
cast
say,
banishment.
oh, sure. I will say that what you have seen a couple of times is that it didn't move as fast as it could and it picked up one of its arms and shook it. So interpret that however you think you would. But you want to
I
cast
don't know.
banishment?
Yeah, I wanted to. That's why I wanted to move closer to it.
Oh, sure,
To
sure.
cast banishment.
I love that. I love
That's
that.
why I was asking, like, if it would be reasonable that
Yeah.
we might not even know that she's in there.
Mm-hmm. Banish.
So
Oh
yeah.
You
shit.
would also have heard the knock spell
Oh
because it
yeah.
was very loud.
You would have heard that.
Well, I mean, there could be a cottage around the
Mm-hmm.
corner that we don't know about.
All right. So,
I mean, would
okay.
Carolina also have to make a charisma saving throw?
Well, I think you're not sure.
I mean, I'm going with that. It's been crazy, and
Mm-hmm.
I've been grappled. I have no idea what's going on or where
Yeah.
my girlfriend is. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I'm gonna move that
All
30
right.
feet closer and cast banishment.
Go ahead. So what? You're just gonna just write up that?
Yeah.
All right. You're just gonna stare it down. This enormous
Yep.
thing. It's just like in Last Jedi when Luke comes out to fight to face the big old weird gorilla walkers. All right.
Yep.
Banishment is a charisma save, I believe.
Yep.
All right. Well, let's roll that. It disappears. Poof. And I think that there's actually an audible shockwave with something this big vanishing out of the air. That I'm going to say, Lynn, make a Constitution save as you're essentially feeling the effects of like a thunder wave as this thing disappears from around you.
I'm not good at those though.
Yeah. No, that's a good save. I think it's very loud. Your ears are ringing a little bit. And it's just as well that you had the fly spell because all of a sudden you're just in open air again. And also, there is another humanoid that was like ahead of you and a little higher that is suddenly just falls into the jungle. Thump. And let's see, she takes 66
Oh, she did.
falling. Well, we'll see.
6d6 isn't that much.
Yeah, 6d6.
You thought
20.
she said 66.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Oh yeah, no, sorry, 6d6. Although, yeah, okay, so not dead, but there is a very wounded individual. It looks, sort of vaguely dwarf-like. That's in this kind of like high-tech jumpsuit and is laying on the ground, prone, going, ouch.
I'm just going to look at the woman on the ground and just feel
Mhm.
like, you shall not pass. And that's it. That's my turn.
However, so you are holding the banishment, and
Right.
and you don't, I guess, necessarily know, but I think for you it would be reasonable to understand that they built that here.
Right.
It's not from.
It's
another
not going anywhere. It's coming back.
Yeah.
So, but I just wanted
Uh-huh.
to kind of give us some time to regroup.
Yeah. But then it's
and
kind of like,
be like,
oh
we gotta
yeah,
go.
oh no, hey, no, I love it. I'm a big fan of that move. I am very glad that it worked. That's cool. All right, nice. It's also just such a cool image. Zaleen, looking kind of beat up, but marching out there like you just don't care, and then just awesome. Very cool. All right, Zinhorn.
All right. I don't have to move. I'm thinking of healing spells.
Mm-hmm. Well, there is still an active wyvern.
Yeah, I know, but
You know what?
Buster took a lot of damage.
Mm.
So, I am going to do another mass cure wounds. Still not working. 3d8 plus 10. Come on. So 26 points. Everybody gets 26 points back who's within 30 feet of me.
Nice.
So that's not vertigo. I think you're too far away. Yeah. So.
Oh, it has to be 30 feet? Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I would like to retroact and make my bonus action be yelling out, "We gotta go!" Like we need to move, just so everybody heard me. That we have this little tiny window of opportunity to get the heck out of Dodge.
Okay.
All right.
Alright. And okay, I'm gonna hit with my spiritual weapon. I'm not giving myself a choice. I'm gonna hit. 24.
So, are you tracking all your spell slots in the D&D Beyond? Just because
Me?
that, I mean, because that's your second mass cure wounds, right? So,
Yeah,
well,
that was the second mass cure wounds, and I
Okay.
have two fifth level slots that
Okay.
I just burned.
all right. Well, okay, never mind. I was checking your sheet for something else. I won't micromanage there. All right.
No, I didn't. It didn't click the box, and neither did I. So,
Okay. So just make sure
Yes.
you're tracking that. But all right, good. So the 24 certainly hits the wyvern.
Okay. Kill the wyvern, kill the wyvern, kill the wyvern. 10 points of damage.
Okay. Yeah, it's still pretty hurt. It's not down yet, but it's Buster's turn now.
Oh, Buster's gotta.
Mhm.
Buster's hankering to kill this thing.
I can imagine.
Oh, the bite succeeds.
Yes. Let's see. So it'll take 7 damage. It has to make the strength saving throw. It gets a 13, which is not enough.
Fails.
Pulled prone. So claws are with advantage, and I'm pretty
Yep.
sure he's going to just tear it to pieces.
All right, so that's.
Yeah.
I'm just
Yeah,
gonna
yeah.
roll
The
another
first one is sufficient.
to kill it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yay!
All right, and so there are 2 more that are inactive enough that I suppose it's possible that he might just assume they're not active threats.
Yep.
All right. I think
All
he,
right.
he
Run
tears it to
away.
pieces. He's holding a big chunk of robot wyvern, and then it looks up at you.
Good boy. Let's run away.
All right. So, so it is the pilot's turn. She is going to stand up and looks around at all of you, and then is going to dash, attempting to flee into the forest away from any of you. But she's not moving very fast. She had to stand up from prone, and she looks like she's pretty hurt and limping, but she's trying to get away from all of you. So, Lynn, your turn.
Let's see. I'm not sure where I am on this.
Well,
this map
so
in relation to
imagine that you are
everybody
90
else.
feet to the north of this map that we're looking at.
Okay. And there's 2 wyverns there.
They're both they both seem
They're
to
both
be
asleep.
Yeah, yeah. So
Okay.
I don't think you would know they're asleep, but
Yeah.
they're lying on the ground, not moving.
Okay, so this thing just disappeared from around me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna assume somebody did something. Um and yeah, I think I'm gonna stay put
All right.
and then look for I can probably see Zaleen, right?
Yeah.
Okay, well I'll just shout, what happened?
I think you probably
What's
heard
going on?
Zaleen
What
shout, "We got to get out of here," because that happened right after the thing disappeared. But all right. Okay. So
I was working on
I
getting us
think
a ride.
how long? So how long does the eye bite keep them asleep if nothing wakes them up?
They just stay asleep unless they are hurt or something wakes them up. So
Well, but I mean, like
it doesn't.
eventually.
I don't think it has a save or anything. I mean,
How
just
long
I'm
does
going to
eye
double
bite
check.
last?
Eyebite itself is for another 5 more rounds, so it's 1 minute.
Okay, so
Um,
I guess it's not necessarily obvious that they would wake up immediately from that, but I would say you can count on it working at least that long unless something wakes them up, but you don't know about after.
Okay. Well, I've never used it before, so.
Sure.
Okay.
All right, so yeah, it would be Vertigo's turn. And I would say if the plan is you are all just going to flee into the woods in some direction, you can do that. We don't have to stay in initiative. But if you wanted to try to like chase down the pilot or do anything else, let me know.
I think we need to find some cover. His eyes are still glowing black, and there's still that smoke coming out of them as well. Come closer for a second. And if either we do this through the initiative or through role playing, he calls people together to cast Long Strider on everyone. It's not
All
a
right.
hugely effective spell, but
Sure. Well-
everybody's speed is increased by 10 for an hour.
Okay. So here's the idea. You're obviously planning to try to run and get, far away from when this thing's going to come back. But tell me your strategy here, because you know that you are currently in the woods that kind of rings the summit. You're not too far from where the forest finishes, and you can see the peak and the fortress in the distance, and then the ring of stones. You were told that there were 4 of these offering circles equidistant around, but you were going to look for those.
This thing on the ground, is that one of the offering circles?
No, this is
okay.
this is ruins of a building. It's just coincidentally circle shaped.
Could we potentially go back to like the mountain cave system that we went
Absolutely.
through? Like and
Yep.
and kind of like hide out in there for a little bit?
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Yeah.
That is a very sensible approach.
It's probably all we
Okay.
can manage for today.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Actually, this giant baby's going to come back, right?
Mm-hmm.
Without its pilot. I want to cast Blade Barrier, where it's going to come back.
Okay.
Which is 100 feet long and 20 feet high.
How long does it last?
Blade Barrier.
10 minutes.
Yeah.
So
It's
like
com-
100 rounds of combat.
Yes, and each round, it does 60-10 of slashing damage. So
Okay.
if it requires a pilot to move, it's going to take a hellacious amount of damage.
Well, we don't know. It could be a construct.
I mean, it is a construct, but you are also aware that there are sentient constructs. There are constructs that are not sentient, and then you know that there are ones that, like for example, you met the placer, right? Who is still able to be active and move around without the pilot, although less effective without the pilot. So it's different. Like, so you don't necessarily know what the situation with this one would be without the pilot. But also, it's, there are, you have plenty of evidence of constructs, even ones that sometimes have pilots, that do not require a pilot to move.
I mean, you can just do it.
But yeah, you can
I hope it
absolutely do
works.
it.
Right.
Yeah.
Like even if the pilot comes back, I mean, it's gonna have to wait around for like
Yeah.
10
What you
minutes for
can
that
do,
to
for
stop.
example, is create a barrier that would prevent the pilot from returning to where the construct is right away.
Yep. I could do that. Well, I could create the ring around it.
Mm-hmm.
But I also want to get, like, catch part of it in the ring.
Mm-hmm.
What if you did it like around the, like you put it around half the body so that like the butt is sticking out the back and it's just like cutting through like the middle of it repeatedly for 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I like that. We're going to go with that.
All right.
So that's my
So
blade barrier.
yeah. So I think that you think you can pretty much guarantee some amount of damage, but you don't really know what its capabilities are, and so how much that will really hurt it, you don't know.
Right. Well, at the very least, I'm hoping it's going to have to go back to the repair shop for a while. If not, just be heading for the
Okay,
scrap
so
heap.
you cast that, and then you're all heading in a hurry back to the cave
Yep.
entrance. All right, and you sort of meet up with Trudelai on the way because she had been kind of following at a distance to try to like observe what was happening. But yeah, she kind of rendezvous with you, and you're returning back to the cave. And I think you are not yet back there because you had traveled longer than that. But you're on your way back there when you hear it return, right? And it's you hear a lot of like, the sort of big pop explosion sound of it reappearing in its space. You hear sort of various tromping around. I think, in the distance, you can see some, for a little while when it's closer, you can see it above the trees a little bit. But then as you continue to move farther away, you still hear it moving around. It doesn't seem to know where you went. And so it's not like pursuing, but you do get the impression that it's looking, if not for you, then for something. And you
Is
are
it crying? Is it making baby cry noises? So.
I think, unfortunately, if it is, you're not close enough to tell. But you are able to, you're making your way back to the caves, and let's see, one, two, okay. So I think you are just about back to the cave when Vertigo, you receive ascending.
Okay.
If I fail, recover the medallion from my body from the pillarines. I wrote that bad. Recover the medallion off my body with the pillarines. If I succeed, it's moot. Could have done it alone, but this was faster. And so this is sending, so technically you can reply.
You still don't have to do this alone. It will be better with others.
So nothing else seems to happen immediately. You're just still making your way towards the caves?
Yeah, but Trudelai has joined us again, right?
Yeah, so she had
Okay.
been kind of like, as promised, she was holding back because she was not capable of fighting at your level, but she wanted to be able to report back what happened to you. But as you started fleeing back towards the caves, she kind of rejoined you.
Then out loud, Vertigo will say, I've received a message. There's another battle going on, or deception. It may go poorly. We will likely have to visit the Pillarines anyway.
Well,
And
I was
then-
trying to get us a ride, but you guys just like left.
We didn't even know where you were. I
Yeah.
thought you were dead.
We
That
was
the
doing
baby
this.
ate you.
I thought
trying
you
to
just
hijack
walked
it,
us
man.
into a trap and then disappeared.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't know. I thought maybe the baby stomped you or something. So we just left. And you were just following because you were confused. by
If
what
it-
happened. You're
if
like,
it's
how did I get out here?
So did the baby come back?
It did.
Yeah.
It did, but you had all run away by then.
Well, I
So-
don't think there was anybody left in it, so it's probably not moving, right?
Well, we just kind of went through all of that, is that these
Yeah.
constructs are capable of moving without pilots. The pilots make them more effective, but they are not limited. They do not require a pilot to move. Especially, you don't know if it's sentient or not. Certainly, if it's sentient, it definitely doesn't. But even without, it could still just follow programming. And so you heard it doing something. It was clearly moving around. Would have taken some damage at least from the blade barrier. But you didn't stick around to see what happened.
It might still be vulnerable if it's still there tomorrow, but I don't think we're quite in the best position to try to take it on today.
No,
Well, I
I
mean,
don't think so at all. I think
Like
we
there
need
were
a
guys in
rest.
it, but I took care of like 3 of them, and then there was another one that just kind of fell down. Um, I didn't see any others, so it might be empty.
But it still has like some kind of conscious ability to move. I think it might resist if you try to infiltrate and take it over. I
And
mean, I don't know.
its shot was quite painful.
Look,
Oh yeah.
and then I'm
Can't
gonna
shoot
lift.
you when you're inside it. I'm just saying.
I'm gonna lift Carolina up on my shoulders and be like, "Look over there in the distance. It's still moving, even without anybody inside it, and it's looking for us, probably."
Might be looking for its pilot.
I mean,
Oh,
that could have
God.
been us.
You don't know. So the point is that you ran away, so
Right.
like you're not sure what it
Yeah.
was doing. But it did
And
not
we
seem
will-
to be pursuing. That's all you could really tell.
We will just duke it out about this later because the 3 of us are all dead.
Well, and
Repeatedly with no more
coincidentally, the
spells
fact that
left.
you are retracing your steps means that the other automatons that were placed along that path had already been following you as part of the ambush. So, you don't have any others that were just waiting to spot you. But so, you're hurrying back. You're moving quickly, and I think it is something like at this speed when you're moving quickly, it's like maybe half an hour to get back to the cave, and and you're getting back, and it's about now 10 minutes or so after the sending that Vertigo received. When you hear and feel in your feet a rumbling sound, and the ground begins to shake under you, and everywhere the air seems to be vibrating with this low frequency, almost like the ringing of an enormous gong that's at such a low frequency that you feel it in the air rather than hear it. But it's everywhere, and the ground is like, if we were in combat, I would make you make dexterity saving throws to not fall prone. The ground is shaking.
Well, this is it. One way or the other, I think. Something's going to change.
What
At
has he
least I
done,
can.
though?
Uh-oh.
So you're in the cave right now. Let me know if you do anything else.
Do we think that that's a good idea? To be, underground during an earthquake? I feel like that's not a smart decision.
I don't
We
think
didn't
that's a
know there was going to be an earthquake when we went in there.
But you have a point. We might want to stand outside.
Yep. Let's go stand outside.
All right. The ground is continuing to shake. You're still feeling this vibration in the air. And as you emerge outside, you can immediately see. You hadn't really continued to notice it because it was just what the sky looks like here. But what you immediately see right now is that the bubble that surrounded Dina there is gone, but that something is wrong with the sky. The sky looks as though it is a piece of tattered fabric, and through the tears you see any number of different things that are difficult to process. And the earth, the ground is shaking, and you immediately know that the bubble around Dinuth there is no longer there, and also something else very bad is happening. Right now, that's, I think, all you can tell just by looking at it.
Oh, boy.
Oh, do I have that memorized? Well, that's only. Oh, message is really short. I don't have sending. Never mind. I don't think I have sending.
I do.
I do not. Okay.
I don't know if I have it prepared though. I know Lynn has it too. Or do you? Or is it yours just the stone?
Sending? Yeah, I have that.
Yeah.
Well, it was just a thought. And since he doesn't have the capability, he's not going to bother. I think we know what the adversary was planning to do. I had suspected it might be something like this. I didn't know if they were capable.
We should have killed him when we had the chance.
Not sure if we ever had the chance.
Maybe. Not. But
Well, I
What-
think it's safe to say that things just got worse.
Things have changed.
I'm just trying to take it all in.
Yeah, that part up there disturbs me the most. Where there's something else.
And I think the image that we'll end tonight's session on is as you are looking up at one of these strange tears in the fabric of the sky, what you see emerge from it is the nightmare dragon that you fought in the realm of dream. And that's where we will end tonight's session. I hope everyone is excited by what this development means for the campaign, and we will find out the details when we return next week for more adventure on so many levels.
So many levels.
So many
so many.
holes.
So many nightmares.